Hello? Put that back, please.
Please help me! Please help me!
A doorbell camera captures a still, silent porch after dark. A hooded figure approaches the entrance and jerks at the handle before backing up and delivering a forceful kick. He moves in again, ramming his shoulder and striking near the lock. The door rattles, but it holds. He presses his face close. Without warning, the door opens a narrow gap, and a rush of scalding liquid blasts out, splashing across his face and torso. He cries out and recoils. Many reshared versions claim it's boiling water, hurled from inside. He staggers off the porch, gripping his face, then bolts toward the road. The door swings closed. The footage cuts off at about 13 seconds. What starts as a rapid forced entry attempt ends instantly when the resident flings boiling hot water through the opening, driving the intruder away on the spot. Online reposts speculate the video comes from the UK, noting how quickly kettles heat there, though the precise location remains unverified. A light helicopter cruises close to the ground above a business district. It begins to sway and decelerate, nearly pausing in place. Then part of its tail snaps off while still in the air.
Jesus Christ! Holy crap!
The aircraft instantly begins to whirl out of control and plunge downward. It disappears behind surrounding structures. Moments later, a burst of flames, and a column of dark smoke billow up from where it went down. The footage cuts there. Bystander recordings from earlier that day capture the tail portion breaking off before the impact. March 25th, 2022, at 11:27 a.m., a vacant parcel near Lakeview Parkway along Texas 66 in Rolette, Texas. There were 2 individuals aboard. Both, the flight teacher and the trainee, were killed in the accident. Local news later named them as instructor Laura Trout, 31, and student Ty Wallace, 42. According to the NTSB's final findings, the main rotor blades hit the tail boom during flight, causing a 4-foot segment, including the tail rotor, to detach. Once the tail was lost, the helicopter went into an uncontrollable rotation and slammed into the ground. Investigators found no evidence of any prior mechanical defect. The trip was a training session that involved practicing emergency actions. The precise maneuver being performed when the failure occurred could not be identified. What happens when the person stealing from your doorstep lives right next door? Broad daylight, a calm front entry. A delivery is set down at the door and left undisturbed.
Hello? 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 Put that back, please. Hello? The lady next door. She just stole our package.
A woman steps into view. No knocking, no greeting. She glances to the side, then crouches, lifts the parcel, and slips it under her arm. Calm, like it belongs to her. No rush, no alarm. She pivots, heads down the walkway, and vanishes from sight. The doorbell keeps chiming. The porch falls silent once more. The only difference is the missing package. Honestly, would you face her yourself or contact the police right away? Have you ever heard a scream when no one was actually screaming? The clock has slipped past midnight. The porch lies in stillness. The doorbell camera observes quietly, motionless. Then a piercing shriek slices through the darkness. Silence settles again. It's not the wind, it's not a creature. It's thin, chillingly human, and deeply wrong. Sharp staccato bursts carry across the distance like a warning or a call. Inside, the lights remain off. No one stirs. The camera continues its vigil. Outside, the night answers with nothing. Only that haunting Aztec death whistle slowly fades into shadow. If this sounded on your street at this hour, would you dare step outside or freeze in place? A woman records from outside her house on a calm suburban street. She notices a man relieving himself on the lawn next door to Chicago.
Your people pissing on neighbors' yards. He's peeing. He's peeing. Yeah, you better pull out your.
She calls out to him from a safe distance, telling him it's not acceptable and that everything is being recorded. The man finishes what he's doing, turns toward her, and becomes confrontational, shouting as he approaches. She tells him to step back and warns she will call the authorities. Suddenly, he lunges at her, attempting to snatch her phone. The camera wobbles. Her screams are audible as she retreats. A brief scuffle ensues. The footage shakes, and the sound becomes distorted. Moments later, the man retreats, still fuming, and eventually walks away. At the end of the video, she rises, still filming, and declares that she caught the entire incident on tape. The hour has passed midnight. The porch lies quiet, motionless, until a stranger enters the shot. He strides directly to the front entrance, scans the surroundings, and inspects the mailbox. A moment lingers. Then he hoists the entire mailbox from its stand, tucks it under his arm, and strolls away silently. The doorbell camera continues rolling. The porch returns to stillness, but the mailbox has vanished. Orlando, June 7th, 5:17 p.m. A silent corridor at Rexford at Waterford Lakes. A man enters the scene. No knocking, no greeting. He leans toward the Ring camera, fixating on it. Then he lifts a knife. He strikes the doorbell lens with force, pressing against the curved cover as if trying to shatter it. He paces, returns, and hits it again. Inside, the homeowner remains quiet, recording every moment after having already reported the incident to the police. Eventually, the man retreats and disappears down the hallway. but the fear lingers. If this were your doorstep, how would you react? A door-mounted camera scans a still street in the brightness of day. Nearby, a person, the soon-to-be victim, lingers by the front steps. A car screeches up and halts at the curb. A man leaps out and dashes directly toward the porch. He confronts the victim, snatches at their bag and phone, and shoves them aside. Shouts ring out, though the words are indistinct. The struggle lasts only moments. The thief yanks the items away and retreats. Two other vehicles passing by slow down, watching, but no one intervenes. The assailant bolts back to the waiting car, jumps in, and the vehicle speeds away. The victim is left rattled on the porch and driveway. The video concludes after a brief, audacious daytime snatch and grab. The doorbell footage provides clear proof for law enforcement, while also highlighting how crucial it is to remain vigilant, even in broad daylight. A calm, rainy evening settles over the front porch. The doorbell camera captures a tree swaying gently in the yard. For the majority of the footage, everything seems ordinary. Light rain falling, the wind stirring occasionally, thunder rumbling far away. Then, toward the clip's conclusion, a sudden blinding flash pierces the scene. Lightning strikes the tree. In an instant, the entire frame is bathed in white, and glowing streaks of light trace through the branches. Almost immediately, a deep, booming thunderclap echoes across the porch. The camera adjusts its exposure as the glare fades back to normal. The tree remains upright, but the strike seems dangerously near, alarmingly so. The footage concludes with rain still falling and the porch lights flickering faintly as the system stabilizes. A Ring doorbell camera captures the upper-level walkway, bordered by a railing. An officer is already wrestling with a man near the edge. Their struggle moves closer to the railing. The officer activates a taser.
Punch you in your mouth, Joshua. You tase me, I'm gonna punch you in your mouth, Joshua.
Holy fuck!
The man stiffens, stumbles, and tumbles over the railing, plummeting about 25 feet to the ground beneath. Shouts ring out as the footage abruptly ends. The aftermath is not captured. In the dead of night on a silent street, a woman rushes toward a house and climbs onto the porch. She appears frantic, knocking at the front door and seeking assistance. Before anyone can respond, a man bursts into frame from off camera.
Please help me! Please help me!
He seizes the woman and attempts to drag her away. She fights back, screaming for help as he forces her off the porch. They move rapidly toward a vehicle parked just beyond the camera's sight. The man shoves her toward it. A short struggle ensues, and then both disappear. The footage cuts off suddenly, leaving only the quiet night and a deserted porch. Body cam footage captures an officer making his way through a dim, dilapidated house. The rooms are cluttered with garbage, shattered furniture, and scrawled graffiti. Silence hangs heavy, broken only by the officer's footsteps and the groan of the floorboards. He sweeps his flashlight across a doorway, illuminating heaps of debris and an empty hallway stretching ahead. He advances cautiously, tense and vigilant, scanning for any sign of a suspect.
Got a gun?
He's got a gun. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. Come on. He's upstairs. They're here.
What's that?
The bathroom's behind us. They're going to the bathroom door. Right here. Look back.
Get back! Get back! Hurry! Help! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! I repeat, we have shots fired!
Right now.
We need 911 right now. Get up, get in the car, and take you to the hospital.
The bathroom's behind us. They're going to the bathroom door. Right here. Look back.
Get back! Get back! Hurry! Help! Shots fired! Shots fired! Shots fired! I repeat, we have shots fired!
Right now.
We need 911 right now. Get up, get in the car, and take you to the hospital.
As he moves into the hallway, a man suddenly springs out from behind a wall just a few feet away, holding what appears to be a handgun. The sudden appearance so close startles the officer, eliciting a sharp gasp. He immediately retreats a step, shouting commands while aiming his weapon at the figure. The man stumbles back into the shadows, muttering something unintelligible. The officer keeps both his flashlight and firearm trained on the hallway, calling for backup over the radio. The intruder vanishes further into the building, and the footage ends. The video captures a tense, fleeting moment. An officer, already proceeding cautiously through a derelict, hazardous structure, is suddenly confronted by a potentially armed man. The encounter is brief but intensely suspenseful. A doorbell-mounted camera captures a silent, suburban street. A car pulls up and halts on the curb. A girl approaches the porch and grabs a small package. She dashes back to a car waiting nearby. The driver quickly swings the vehicle around to make a getaway. During the U-turn, the fleeing car collides with another passing vehicle, cracking its light bumper. Despite the crash, the thief climbs in, and the damaged car speeds off. The footage ends with the porch deserted, the package gone, but the camera clearly shows the thief caught in the collision. A porch thief snatches a delivery and immediately crashes while escaping. Instant karma perfectly captured on a doorbell camera.